as we're getting started, let's make our way all the way down onto our backs. And give yourself a chance to take several really good deep breaths through the body. Letting our inhale flow into the belly. And with the exhale, we relax back out. Our focus today will be building up different types of planks, especially side planks. The side plank, the Sanskrit word is Vashisthasana, so we're especially building up to that Vashisthasana pose. We'll have all sorts of variations that we'll play with, and we're building up some of the core muscles that are required to get into that shape very strongly. So especially we're including the oblique muscles. We don't always focus on those, and when we're just going through our daily life, we don't use them that much except for when we're twisting to look over our shoulder. So helping to strengthen some of those muscles, as well as some of the lateral muscles on the back side, some of the things that help to plug our shoulder into its socket with lots of strength. So those are the types of movements that we'll be repeating throughout our class today, building up a little bit more arm strength. That's my weakness, so I don't always go there, but building up so we can be just a little bit stronger in the places where we're weak, and just overall having fun with some of these poses that we don't always get to play with. And so our intention, like I mentioned, these are some of my weak things, and so our intention is to make our weak things a little bit stronger today by actually doing them. And so that's the way that we're heading into our class today. So to help us get started, just in a very kind way, let's begin by taking the knees into the chest. And we start off with just simple movements, left and right. Just kind chance to check in with that low back. And right away, we're going to start working on some of the oblique movements through our body. So specifically, we're going to extend the legs up to the sky, reach the arms up overhead. Our legs simply stay in this shape, trying to keep them as straight as possible. With our first exhale, we touch both of our arms to the outside of the right thigh, and then reach back up overhead. The next exhale, touch the arms to the outside of left thigh, and return. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Now, if you're just touching the arms, it's good. You'll get strong eventually. But if you also try to lift as much of your back off the ground as possible in that spiraling direction, that's where the true effort, the true power starts to be built. Here we're taking 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Allow your knees to bend. Let your head just rest on the ground for a moment. And see about taking the knees closer into the chest. See how deep you can go. And notice that moment when the hips start to lift off the ground. So we're trying to get to that spot right before there. Good. From here, take the right leg up to the sky, hands helping to stretch it out. Left leg can plant or reach long onto the ground, your choice. Maybe ankle rolls feel really nice here. And maybe we begin to walk the hands up just a little bit higher, starting to introduce a slightly deeper stretch. Okay, so from here, hover the left foot above the ground. Choose a nice easy angle. It can be right low, or you can even go a bit higher to make it easier. And with each exhale, we switch the leg that's in our hands. So exhale, switch to the left leg, back to the right, switching back and forth. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right leg down. We're stretching out the left. See what you can do about lengthening the back side of the leg. Maybe it can go just slightly deeper. Beautiful. Now we combine the scissor motion that we were just doing with the oblique motion that we started with. So leave this left leg up. Reach the arms up overhead, and then hover the right leg above the ground. From here, anytime we switch, the leg that comes up, we touch our arms to the outside of that thigh. And then switch, second side. This can be nice and slow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Take it even slower, or if you need to make it easier, don't make the leg scissor quite so far down. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. Let the head rest back down. Take the feet into cobbler's pose. Feet touching together, knees simply opening wide. And depending on how the neck's feeling, it could be nice just to keep it with stillness on the ground. Or if you want to stretch it out, clasp the hands behind the head, lift the chin into the chest, and then start to let that neck stretch left and right. Simple movements to help it get looser. As the head rests back down, enjoy a couple of breaths into the belly. And then knees lift upward. This next movement kind of feels like a beetle stuck on its back and it's trying to get its way off of its back. So what we do is we bring everything into the chest, elbows and knees, imagining they're trying to touch here. From here, one side, so let's say we start with the right side, the arm and the leg reach away from each other, the left side definitely touches. We lean just a little bit to that side, and then switch. So we're touching right elbow and knee, lengthening the left side. Touching left, touching right. Once again, the angle that you choose for your legs to extend toward makes all the difference in how hard this is. So going lower is harder. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. When both knees come in, let them take a little twist. Falling over to the left side. Start to let the arms spread open to each direction, left and right. Knees back up. They take it over to the other side. Okay, lift the knees back up. The arms stay spread open to left and right. Lift the toes up to be level with the knees. And from here, we tilt partway down to one side and simply hold for a moment. Feel your muscles working to feel that steady strength, simply maintaining itself. This is kind of how side plank works, how we have to just hold strongly in that position. So take 3 more breaths to this direction. And then lift the knees through the center, tilting one to the other direction, and just hold. Perhaps add a little bit of additional strength by squeezing inner thighs together. And 3 more breaths. Good, knees back in, plant the feet down, and just rock the hips around, shimmying them left and right, left and right, left and right, just massaging that low back, making sure it's still happy after that movement. And then from here, taking the fingertips behind the ears, we support the back of the head. You're welcome to clasp hands together as long as you promise not to just use the hands to curl the head in for this next movement. Rather, it's the lifting of the whole back. That's what we're supporting. So the head is supported with its weight, but it's not just curling in. So from that position, we're going to take circular crunches. We lift the left elbow up toward the right knee. Circle both elbows through the center, right elbow twist to left knee, and then circle back down. Right away reverse. This one is counterclockwise. and then clockwise. Once again, you could just go through the motions, hardly getting anything out of this. The more we try to lift the back off the ground, especially through the center, that's where the true strength starts to come in. Three more to each side. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Great efforts. Release the head. Simply allowing the body to rest back down, enjoying a few breaths before we head to some other postures through our class. So notice in your mind and in your body what you resist. Because when we resist things, they tend to persist. So if I'm resisting arm strengthening movements all the time because I'm weak in my arms, then that weakness in my arms always will persist. So it's a question of almost willpower. Do I have enough willpower to get me over that hump, over that catalytic moment? That moment of, if I just get past this, everything will change for me. And asking ourselves what it is that motivates us to get past that bump. Is it the promise of a reward? I get ice cream today if I do my practice. Is it just simply feeling good at the end of class once we have worked it all? So just noticing what is it that motivates me to do those hard things? No way is right, no way is wrong. It's just noticing so we can be more curious and more present with our experience. So from here, as we're getting away from our back, we're going to roll onto the right side body. The right elbow is going to be underneath us. And then we're going to lift up to our first variation of a plank, and this is a side elbow plank. So we're going to have the left hand onto the ground to just make sure we've got some stability as we lift the hips up. Go through tiny little movements up and down just a couple of inches. We're going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 3 extra breaths. Good. Lowering down. We swivel the legs around to the other side. So notice that extra 3 breaths that we take at the end. Do we resist it? Are we like, no, I'm just ready to be out of it? Can we push those 3 extra breaths to give us those huge, tremendous benefits from just holding a little bit longer? Okay, so getting the left elbow set up underneath, right fingertips are popping us up on this side. When you're ready, lift the hips up. Little tiny movements up and down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great work. Lower down, going all the way onto your belly. Lengthen the arms, reaching them long, away from the direction of the legs. And from here, right arm and right leg lift together and lower, and then left arm and left leg lift together and lower. So this is slightly different than swimmers because we're helping to engage the lateral muscles. So right side, left side, right side, left side. If you need to rest the chin down, that's fine. Otherwise, simply continue as is. 5 more each side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And from there, lift everything up. 3 good breaths. Wonderful work. Press back, sitting the hips back. Take a moment with child's pose. As you walk the hands closer inward, we take staff pose from here. So sitting down, swing the legs out in front of you. This pose is helping us to already engage a little bit of abdominal and back strength just by simply being in this shape. And while we're here, we're going to start working on our shoulders. And so the motion is to help teach us about the shoulder blade. All we have to do is simply swing both hands slowly forward to touch, and then open them up as wide as they can go behind us. Notice how when the hands come forward, the shoulder blades separate from one another. And then when we swing them open, they squeeze together. So notice that motion. Imagine you're working with resistance bands. So it's not just easy flipping, you're like, I can do this all day, whatever. But it's like slowly resisting, creating your own movement. Perhaps if you need something to help you out, imagine you're trying to move through molasses. Super slow, super hard to do so. Keep the posture lifting up tall. Let's see if we can go for 10. If you need a break, that's okay, come back into it. Here's 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circle the arms up overhead. Relax all the way over your legs. Nice little stretch for a moment. As we're ready to roll back up, swing your legs around. We're coming to a high kneeling position. This one feels kind of silly. Also, it's like being a little penguin. We're trying to not round the shoulders in at all to try to reach down. Rather, we simply lean directly over to one side and then directly over to the other side. Some people are mobile enough to touch the ground, but that's not a requirement. Simply reach down. You can even slide your hand down the thigh and then slide it up the thigh. Sliding down and up. What this does is it not only helps to stretch the farther side, but it also engages that farther side to help bring us back up. So from the long position, there's a contraction that happens. Now that's very key because when you make it work through the length of the muscle, it builds up a whole different kind of strength. than if you just work the short range, that 1 inch that's really powerful already. This one's kind of a funny one, but it's crazy how many times I've gotten sore in these muscles just from this penguin movement. I'll ask myself, I don't even know what I did yesterday. What did I do? And I did maybe 50 rounds of this, but these are muscles that you don't move that often, so it easily can get you sore. Let's go just 10 more times on each side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. From here, coming to a nice kneeling position, we're going to start building a little bit more arm strength from an easy arrangement. Now we're starting to build things up from easier to harder. So if later variations that we have in class are way too much work for you today, take one of these versions that we're about to head into right here, right now. So from here, what we do is reach this right leg out behind us, curl the knee into the nose, extend it back up, lifting it as high as you possibly can. From that high lift, bend the elbows in and press your way up. A little mini push-up. Let's repeat that. 9, 'Exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now plant this right foot to the outside of the right hand. Lift up the back knee. And we're going to rotate open to a side plank. So the left foot that's behind us, rotate the heel down. Raise the edge of the foot is down. Left hand is on the floor, right hand is up to the sky. This is a nice kind of variation of a side plank. Not too much effort required. Still lots of core engagement. You feel it through the bottom side, that lift and that strength that's happening. Feel the shoulder plug into its socket rather than trying to lift away, we're plugging it right in. So from here, 10 hip lifts, lowering down just a little bit and lift. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop the hands down, drop the back knee down, turn the toes back forward, making sure that knee is not going past toes, otherwise scoot the foot just a little bit forward. And we'll take a moment with lizard pose. You're welcome to stay right here, or maybe drop one or both elbows to the ground. Okay, lifting back up onto hands, bring this the right knee underneath your body. We're heading to the left side. Starting off in this nice kneeling position. Left leg goes back behind to start. Curl the knee into the nose. Lift. Bend the elbows and press. 9, 8, 7. As it starts to get more tiring, notice that we're not letting the elbows push out to the side. We're keeping them squeezed in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now step left foot to the outside of the left hand. Lift up the back knee. Let the right foot fall onto the raised blade edge of it. Right hand is down, left hand is up. Feel a couple of breaths just to engage the side waist. And then little pulses up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Another good breath in and out. Drop the hand down, drop the back knee down. If you need to scoot the foot forward a little bit before dropping into lizard pose, take that little scoot. Okay, when we come back onto our hands, take this left knee back, sitting back under the feet or just taking a high kneeling position. We work with our wrists for a moment. So take the arm straight out in front of you, drop the fingers down and try to curl them in, lift the fingers up and pull them back, down and up. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Shake it out for a moment. Feel the strength of the shoulders because we stuck the arms straight out. Good strengthening going on. Okay, and from here, we take an elbow plank, continuing to give the wrists a nice break. Remember that to make planks easier, you're welcome to lift the hips higher. You never want to collapse down in the chest. If the shoulders take the action of trying to squeeze to touch the shoulder blades together, that's the exact opposite of what we're wanting to go for. So elbows are down, walk the knees back, and then lift the knees up. Holding here, we're going to try to go for 10 slow breaths. So when you're ready, 10. Inhale. Slow exhale. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Take another little child's pose, sitting the hips back. You can let your forehead rest under and through. From here, we're going to head up to Pilates push-ups. We start by taking a stretch through downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Take a few moments to pedal the legs out. Lifting hips high, explore through how that feels. And then as you're ready, we take our hands backwards until we're in a forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale to circle through the side, stretch up, arch back, hands at the heart. Okay, so all we have to do is 5 sets of Pilates push-ups. I'm going to guide you through it one by one. Our goal is for the first one to do 1 push-up, second one to do 2 push-ups, third one 3, fourth one 4, fifth one 5. I'll give us a pause at each forward fold. So if there's anybody who wants to do twice as much, so 2 push-ups and then 4, 6, 8, 10, that's perfectly fine if you're at that level, and we'll meet you up with you at that nice forward fold each time before we move on. Okay, so we start off circling arms up to the sky and forward fold. Hands begin to walk forward until you're either in plank or I'll demonstrate kneeling plank. From there, this first one is 1 push-up, unless you're going for 2, in which case take that second one. When you finish, hike up to downward facing dog, walk the hands backwards. You take a few extra breaths and down in this nice forward fold. And then circle back up to the starting position, hands at the heart. Round number 2, 2 push-ups. Circle up, forward fold. Walking forward, maybe drop to knees. 2 strong push-ups. Remember, elbows go back rather than out. Here's 1. Breathe through it. 2. Downward facing dog when you finish. Walk all the way back. Pause for a moment right here. Circle up to the sky. Hands down to the heart. Third set means 3. Reach up and down. Walking forward. 1, 2, 3. Meeting at the forward fold eventually. Circle up to the sky, down to the heart. Here we're going for 4. Circle up and down. Walking forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, inhale to rise. Last set, we got this. 5. Inhale up. Exhale down. Walking forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Meeting one more time at the forward fold. Keep on going if you're doing the bonus round. Circle up to the sky. Dive right back down, forward fold. Walking forward to downward facing dog. Lift the right toes up to the sky. Step the right foot forward in between hands. Drop the back knee down. We're in a nice lunge, hips going forward. While we're in this lunge, this time the arms flap up to the sky. Maybe touch the backs of the hands together and then press all the way down. Repeating 6. Inhale up. Exhale, press down. 4. 3. 2. 1. Front leg goes straight. Drop the hands down on either side of it and lean forward. And this leg comes back. Either go straight up to down dog or take an additional flow here. And the lower strongly chaturanga. Back foot of your choice. Downward facing dog. Left leg floats. Step in between the hands, dropping the back knee down. Hips sink forward. Same flapping of the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press solidly as if you're moving through that thick molasses trying to get the hands down. Here's 6. Inhale. Exhale. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. The leg goes straight. Take that stretch up and over. Okay, when this leg comes back, here we're finally going to do the full side plank position. Remember, if the full side plank doesn't work, you step the front foot forward and you're lifting up to that variation. So we start off normal plank position. Both heels rock over to the left side. Lift the right arm up to the sky. Remember, keep the shoulder blade tucked in. If you try to lift your shoulder away from its socket, lifting the hips up, that's a whole different variation, a whole different pose. So we've got ourselves here. Right arm up to the sky. Let's try to take 5 steady breaths. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Right hand down, heels over to the right, left hand up. When you're ready, inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One last thing, this is it for the day. Going into normal plank position. Touch the right knee to the right tricep and set it back down. Left knee to left tricep, left foot down. Here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Good. We definitely are in child's pose. Really let yourself allow the breath to deepen and slow. Amazing efforts. Let's head up onto our hands and our knees for some nice wrist stretches. And so we're here at this nice kneeling place. Start with just the right hand. Tuck the fingers backwards so that you can set the back of the hand down. And then you begin to sit the hips back if you need more. If you're getting a ton of stretch right directly over it, that's fine. Sitting the hips back is a way to get deeper. It's okay if the wrist lifts a little bit above the ground, as long as you do have a very deep expression of the stretch. Come back forward, gently lift the hand up, open and close a couple of times. So now we need to get the other side of the wrist. So if you were to set the right hand down normally, allow yourself to rotate the thumb out to the side. The fingertips are touching toward your body. From there, once again, if this is enough stretch, that's fine. If you need to sit the hips further back, that can be a really great variation. Returning forward, gently pick up the right hand and roll it out. Good, second side. The back of the left hand goes down, fingers toward the knee. Maybe you need to back the hips up, maybe not. Okay, return forward, gently pick the hand up, open and close the wrist a few times. And then if you were to set the hand down normally, then continue to rotate until the thumb is to the outside, the middle finger is toward the knee. Maybe you sit back down again. Rocking forward, lift up the hand, open and close, or roll it out. And back onto hands and knees. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Thread the right arm all the way under and through, setting the shoulder down. Let the left hand push into the ground for a nice spinal twist. Or you're welcome to wrap that left hand around the low back. Returning left hand to the ground, we press into it to rise back up. Right away, second side, left hand reaches. Left arm threads under and through. Maybe you're pressing into the right hand or circling the right arm around the low back. And dropping the hand down, we unwind, we come to a nice seated place. Staff pose again, if that's available. If not, simple cross-legged is all we need right here. We take a shoulder stretch, so open both arms behind you, and then cross the right arm over the body. Left arm wraps around to hug it in, and a shoulder stretch. It may feel nice to drop the left ear down to the left shoulder. Both arms open back up. And exhale, left arm gets the stretch. Right arm pulls it in, maybe right ear to right shoulder this time. Circle the arms up to the sky, inhale, exhale, release, up and over the legs, a beautiful forward fold position. Getting back into that flexibility, that length of the legs. Rising up, slide the feet in, cobbler's pose, relaxing up and over. And then as we unwind from here, we're heading down onto our backs. And as you're laying down, take a moment to check in with your body. What last things can we do for it as a beautiful kindness? Does your body want one more spinal twist to each side? Do you want a happy baby pose? Take another 30 seconds or even another full minute to do any of the last things that would be extremely nice for the body. It works so hard for us. I'm sure you probably were like me. We did several things that we don't normally like to do. Keep on enjoying this gift to the body until you're ready for your Shavasana. Your Shavasana can look like anything that feels good for yourself. Feel that heart alive. Feel this breath having slowed down, our body temperature having dropped again. So nice to be here, to be alive. Simply breathe a few more minutes to just be. Begin to deepen your inhales and your exhales. Introducing little movements back to the fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Eventually rolling over to a nice fetal position on one side. Rising up to sit when your body feels ready for it. With hands back together in front of our heart, we notice now what it's like to be on the other side of doing hard things. Once it's already done, check in with your body. Feel how amazing it feels. Feel how much energy you have to go strongly into the rest of this day. And to me, that's a lot of the reason why I like to do hard things. Not necessarily because of while I'm in it. I don't really like it while I'm in it usually. But how I feel afterwards is so empowered and so positive, and I feel healthy, and I feel strong, and I feel like I can do things. I can do the goals that I have in my life. So with this idea in my mind, in our minds, as we wrap up today, we remind ourselves, I can do hard things. It's worth it. I am powerful and strong. So with these mantras to help lead us into this marvelous day, let's wrap up the time we got to share together with the sound of Om. Inhaling now. Om. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.